What's good, yo? What's good? Speaky Clout Podcast in the building. It's your boy Mike here, as always. We live every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here with my brother, by the way, is in Northern Ireland, the homie Vodcrack.
Yo, what's up, everyone?
Yeah, and originally from Queens, but resides now in Florida. My boy Marvel 1 in the building.
Chill. What up? Peace and love, peeps.
What it is, man. And today, we're going back to 1993, walking by a legend, Tupac, his sophomore album, Strictly for My Niggas. Turns 30 years old this year, already turned 30. And reviewing it, man, which I'm happy about because underappreciated in my personal opinion. And
I agree.
This is such a crazy time in Pac's life, bro. Like, this is just, he got the jaywalking charge in 9-1. He got beat up by the police, which has filled him with utter rage. Then he's catching, flack because some dude shot a cop. And then in his car, they found a Tupacalypse Now cassette, and they blamed it on him. And Dale Quayle was like, his music don't belong in society. And he was just going through all that shit. And he was 21 years old. And the album supposed to be called Troublesome 21, but changed it to Strictly for My Niggas. But I remember this album being one of the very first Pac albums I got. I got Me Against the World. Then I got this one. And All Eyes on Me wasn't even out yet. I could just see All Eyes on Me come out. You know what I'm saying? I remember my mom used to get the Jet magazines. I know, Steve might know about that. Jet magazines, Ebony magazines.
Oh, of course. Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then the ad for All Eyes on Me in there. Yo, what is this, sauce? You know what I'm saying? But I remember that. I remember that shit. Yeah. I remember that when it was brand new. So the first tapes I got was Me Against the World, Tupacalypse, Thug Life. Yeah, man. And as a kid, like I said before, like Strictly for My Niggas wasn't my go-to. I always liked it. Never thought it was whack whatsoever. But I'm more of a 9-5, 9-6 Pac fan. I would say 9-4 to 9-6. But now, I love Strictly for My Niggas. We'll get into that, man. But that's my history with the album. And then, seeing Keep Your Head Up video all the time. And this is Poetic Justice era Pac, man. This Poetic Justice era Pac.
Sure.
Beating up the Hughes Brothers era Pac. Chilling with MC Reed and E40 era Pac. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, man. I love this era of Pac. This is the herringbone era, bro. Real niggas know.
Yes.
The herringbone, the 2 herringbone chains. That amazing Indiana speech he did. I get chills every time. Look up the Indiana speech. You got the Thug Life beanie on and the farmer jeans. Kind of like in Vod's picture. And he's just going off on the fucking punk police, the racist-ass cops, the corrupted system and shit, and how Latasha got murdered by the Korean shop owner in 91, and Rodney King, he's going off. I love it. And he's right in front of the fucking people there. He's like, they told me not to curse, but fuck that. This is that era I just love Pac, So, yeah, what's your introduction to Strictly for My Niggas, Rod?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like all the Tupac stuff came in around the same time for me. I would have heard it like 2000, 2001, somewhere around there. And it was one of those ones where I just remember hearing track 1 in particular, Holler If You Hear Me. And from the jump, I was like, yo, that's it just, kind of grabbed me right there and then. But I remember seeing the music video for I Get Around sometimes on TV. It was one of those videos, even though it'd been out for a long time, you still saw it every once in a while. And I agree. I think it's awesome album, but I always loved it. I always thought it was fantastic. Yeah, definitely looking forward to talking more about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Pretty much this album was my introduction to Tupac. Specifically the song I Get Around. That song was all over TV stations, whether it was MTV, BET, Video Music Box, The Box, all that stuff. Like it was all over. Like you couldn't escape it. It was like one of those songs. It was like a summer song, and it was even for the video for it, like it just has that summertime good time. It's like Will Smith's, summertime, but like a kind of like a continuation of that. You know what I mean? More the X-rated version, if you will. And yeah, and this album was the first Tupac album I ever bought, and then I bought Me Against the World, and then Tupac Lives Now. But this album, like everybody said, it's super underrated. It gets highly hated on for no reason. It's just stupid, but I love this album.
Hell yeah, bro. It's really amazing, bro. I'm gonna give it away right now. Like, it's
Yeah,
incredible, you know. But yeah, Tupac Tricky for my niggas. Get right to it. Holla if you hear me,
sure.
man. Holla if you hear me. Absolutely love this song. An incredible choice of a single. I always said it's had Bomb Squad S vibes production. Always said
Hmm.
that. It feels like
Yes, sir.
Bomb Squad,
Oh
bro,
yeah,
with the Shockley brothers and shit. Stretch did an amazing job on the production of the Stretch Live Squad. Tupac wrote the beat so
hmm,
well. Like, it's very militant. This is like fresh off LA
yeah,
riots type vibes, just give me that angst. A 5 Mike Pac song in my eyes. Also a super dope video. He's like spinning the fucking cop hat around his hand and shit like that. It's just fucking hard, bro. I love Holla If You Hear Me. Opening track, like, what a choice. It's just a boom right off the jump, you know? Love the beat. Amazing beat. Amazing subject matter. Top, it's a 5 Mike Pac song. Easily. Holla If You Hear Me.
absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I love the song. Amazing way to kick off the album. One of my favorite tracks on the album too. Just everything about it, just the intro at the start, that oh yeah, like it gets you hyped, and
Uh,
then hold on if
Yeah,
you hear me. Yeah, it's just how it kind of builds, and then once it kicks in, you got that funky bass line. Love that sample, and yeah, I mean, like you said, the production is very like Bomb Squad ish, but at the same time there's a funkiness to it. You know what I mean? It works as like a single, even though the song is so raw and so aggressive. It's yeah, it definitely still has a bit of catchiness to it, and yeah, just Park is just explosive on here. I love how he sets it off. Here we go, turn it up, let it start from block to block. We're snatching hearts and jacking marks, and the punk police can't fade beat, but maybe we can have peace someday,
some
G.
JG.
And then
Woo.
just the song's fire. I love what he says. Oh no, I won't turn the other cheek. In case you can't see, when we burn the other week. Just yeah, it's
Yeah.
just politically conscious and thought provoking, and it's got that like we're gonna like it's a revolution's about to start. We're gonna overthrow the system kind of vibe, and I love the music video too. It has that like sepia tone kind of style to it. It's not black and white,
Yes.
but it has that kind of like sepia kind of color. Love that. It's just so gritty. Fits the
Yeah.
the song perfectly. So yeah, I love it. I agree. Five. Like if we rated songs, it would definitely get five from me as well.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely one of my favorite. Definitely one of my favorite songs of the album. My top five is even what Mike says. Like, they're one of my top Pac songs. The little history on this song. It originally had an original different beat, and it had different lyrics, and they actually had Stretch and Live Squad rapping over it. But there was a line where Pac said, "Officer Gates, you better move out of state." So they had to cut that out. So they had to like redo the whole song, and so this is the version that you hear now that we all love. But man, just like everybody says, man, like the overall feel of the album, the political vibes of the song, this is just so hype. Like you guys says, like has that Bomb Squad feel, but with his own twist. And yeah, like the visuals, everything about it is just so dope. Even the start of the second verse where he says, "Pump your fist like this, holla if you hear me, pump if you're pissed." To the cells,
This.
limiting it up one way or another, giving it up, huh? I love that. Always love that.
Yeah.
Just the way he said it is so dope. I love that shit. Side note, that shirt that Shorty was wearing, the little girl was wearing, the Tupac shit. I want that shirt. I want that so bad. I want
I,
that. And I tried to find that shit on eBay. That shit was like $1,000. Like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm
I
good
I
right now.
Yeah,
love
But
I
I
love the
love.
Pac logo too, with the fist from this era.
Yes,
love it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yup,
Yeah.
yup, yup. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely to me definitely a dope way to start the album. It sets the tone of the album, and you can definitely feel the LA riots on this album, this whole album, even that song especially. So yeah, Dope, great song for me.
You know the story about Sir Jinx, Pac, and Coogee Rap? They were like they had their guns out and
Yeah,
they were wilding in the LA Rock. Yeah, man. Because he
yeah,
was
they were just
recording
shooting the
Live and
guns in
Let
the
Die.
airs.
Yeah. I'm
Yup.
guessing Pac was
Yeah,
recording this. This came out early 9-3, you know?
yeah,
And
yeah.
GJF was recording Live and Let Die, yeah. Yo, Steve, quickly before we go on to the next track, can you tell that story
Yes,
about the
sir.
original album cover? About the American
Oh, okay,
flag
yeah,
around the
yeah,
waist? Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't explain it
Okay,
like you can,
okay.
brother.
Okay. All right. So originally the album cover originally the reason why it's pixelated like that is because the original album cover was supposed to have the American flag on its torso down his bottom torso. It's supposed to have the American flag around him with fire just like a trail of fire onto the flag. So obviously there's a big no. So they had to pixelate that. But I'm gonna be real with you. I'm kind of glad they did that, not because of the political sense, but it would look kind of cheesy to me. I don't know. It's just that pixelate. It just has that I don't. It has that grit to it. I don't know. Something about it that looks dope.
I love it.
Yeah, I
For
love
what
it
It's
too.
good.
it
So yeah,
is.
it's some yeah.
Yeah.
That's some crazy shit like that. But yeah, I'm glad they did it like that. But not because of the I could care less, honestly. But
Yeah.
it's just that. It's yeah. So that's the story with that.
Dope. Did you see what Marvel did with it? They put Daredevil on like Tricky for My Niggas. He's standing like that. Oh, it's fire.
Oh
Like
yes,
Marvel did.
yeah, that was dope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I love Strictly, bro. That one covers dope as fuck. All right. We get Tupac's theme. Just an interlude. A clip of Dan Quayle
yeah,
saying that Tupac's album, Tupacalypse Now, has no place in our society. A bunch of bullshit. Because in 1992,
yeah.
some dude, Ron Howard, who shot a Texas state trooper, and he just happened to have a copy of Tupacalypse Now in his car, and they got a clip of Pac saying, "You can't expect him to be a perfect person because how he came up in the hood and shit like that." I thought it was dope. Yo, Ross, you okay, brother?
Yeah, why? What's wrong?
Oh, I hear like breathing, like heavy.
Oh
I was
no!
getting,
Oh,
I
it's
was
just
getting
my
worried.
microphone
Oh
playing
yeah,
up
yeah. I was
now.
like, oh shit, I'm my man's okay.
No, all good.
Yo, I got anxiety, bro. It kind of kicked in right there, you know. Yeah, my bad, bro. But yeah. I just think there's a bunch of bullshit what Dan Quayle did to Pac. Suck a dick, really. You know.
Word.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's a pretty good interlude. I like that it's track two because a lot of albums would have had this track one, but I think it's dope how he opens off the album with an explosion, and then you've got this kind of like palate cleanser, for lack of a better term. Afterwards, I thought that was pretty cool. And you've also got that Ghetto Boy sample. Now you gotta understand me. That's Scarface saying that. Yeah. But yeah, overall, pretty cool. Not much more to say about it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, nothing much to say. This is like a skit instrumental, pop, talking in the background, and that kind of thing. Um, One thing I do like about this album is the way it's sequenced. I love the
Yes, I
fact
thought
that
about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's like how like Ross said how it's track two, because like usually sometimes like they would have it either in the beginning of the album or like in the middle, and it just sonically it doesn't make sense, but it just kind of brings into the next track. It's like very fitting to what the next track is going to be about. So I thought that was pretty clever of him to do that. So that's just my thoughts on Pac's theme.
Yeah. Now we get Point the Finger.
Oh,
Man, I love the
oof.
beat by Big D the Impossible, and the samples are dope. Was it Crisscross? I forgot the name of that shit.
Yep. Hmm.
And it's Ghetto Boys. Gotta let your nuts hang, bro. Yeah, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom on your black ass, bitch. So fucking dope. Um, Puck touches on the cops that beat him for jaywalking '91. I love the line when he said I got
yeah,
lynched by some crooked cops. And to this day, there's some motherfuckers on the beat getting major pay. I love that shit. Also touches on the greedy media. Pac was very controversial around this time. Spitting that raw shit in here as well. I love this joint. The way the sample choices and how they did that is fucking dope, man. Boom, boom, boom with your black ass bitch. You can get the finger, the middle. I love that shit, bro. excellent song, man. Love, and that bass is amazing. Like Tupacalypse
Yeah,
does need remastering, but I got that
yeah.
I got that trickery where I got that volume boost on my phone, bro, and it makes it sound amazing, bro. And I got Dre beats too, so that helps. But yeah, incredible, man.
But
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I love it too. It's one of my favorite songs in the album. Yeah, phenomenal. I love the beat on this. It has that kind of like basement, kind of like dub kind of quality to it. Yeah,
yeah,
really, really fire. And like you said, the samples that they use for the hook are just so dope. It's a weird mixture. Ghetto Boys, Salt and Pepper, and Crisscross. On paper, it shouldn't work, but it does. It's amazing. And yeah, I just love how pissed Tupac is in this song again, very much on the kind of conscious tip. I like when he says, but when I get my check, they're taking tax out, so we're paying for these pigs to knock the blacks out. That's real shit. Really hard hitting, and yeah, overall, I think the song is just phenomenal. Just just Tupac and his element. It's hard hitting, aggressive, but at the same time, it's political. It makes you think, and yeah, thought provoking stuff for sure. Love it.
absolutely.
yeah. Dope breakdown from both of y'all, man.
Thanks,
Yeah,
brother.
definitely one of my favorite songs of the album. I love the dope dark synth bass to it. What this beat reminds me of, it reminds me of the scene of Menace to Society where Kane and Old Dog went to go steal the Nissan Maxima in the garage. Like that whole scene is so fit into this beat. Like I could just see that being played in the background. It just kind of remind me of that. And then
That's
like you
dope.
guys, yeah, man. And then like you guys said, pretty much the premise of the song is about pretty much society hating on Pac, from the media to just the citizens and the cops and all that stuff. But yeah, this is pretty much like the middle fuck you to everybody. Fuck the world, man. That's pretty much the premise of the song that I got from Pop. But definitely one of my favorite songs. This easy could have been on Menace to Society soundtrack. My personal opinion.
Yes, and I love that scene, man.
Me too.
Look at them motherfucking wheels.
Yep, that was my first car too.
Dope,
Nice.
fire,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Next week, Menace, motherfucker. I can't
Woo!
wait. Menace soundtrack, bitch.
Damn.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
hell
I'll be
yeah.
at work. I'll be at work at that time, unfortunately.
We repping for you though, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Hell yeah. Next, we get something to die for interlude.
Oh,
Tupac talking about life's ills. He mentions Latasha Hardin, who was shot in the head for buying orange juice in 1991 by a Korean shop owner. Who you seen that footage? It's disgusting. She had
yeah.
the money. She was paying for it. I don't know what the fuck shot her in the back of the fucking head for. Disgusting, man.
Hmm.
Talks about blacks reuniting. I love how Pac was so intelligent and militant at such a young age, man.
Yeah.
21-year-olds nowadays are just talk about getting turned. Dumb motherfuckers. But Pac, man, he was ahead of his time, bro. So, dope interlude.
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, not much more to say to what you said, but yeah, I really like the interlude. It's kind of smooth and kind of it's like a nice way to come after, point the finger. I maybe would have put this towards the end of the album personally. I think it would be
I
actually,
agree.
I think it'd be a really good album closer actually.
I agree.
Oh,
But
that's dope.
I
yeah,
agree.
Yeah,
but overall, it's a really good interlude.
that's dope. Like right after Five Deadly Venoms, bro. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Damn, you should be an engineer, bro.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
shit.
No, seriously. Every episode he says some
Yeah.
shit like that. It makes sense.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
No, I definitely agree, man. Definitely one of my favorite tracks, man. I love the beat overall. That was produced by Big D the Impossible. Recipes to him. He died in 2015.
Oh shit.
I think due to kidney failure or something like that. Yeah, it's just like you guys said, like he sort about Latasha Harlins, rest in peace, that got killed by a Korean grocery store owner for buying orange juice, which she had the bread for it, but because of his ignorance, he shot homegirl, and which caused the LA riots really. But this beat, man, it's like it just has that 7 p.m. dusk feel to it. and I could see that being like on Poetic Justice, like especially like the scene like where you see like Tupac and Janet Jackson by the rocks and shit, like just you just see them like this the camera on some drone shit, like just leave it, let's just like leave it, like the drones, like how you the camera just fading out and stuff like that. I can see that. And you see like the sunset in the background and shit. Like I don't know. I just have a crazy imagination like that. So yeah, but that's what I got from Something to Die For.
Rocka mentions, I think his name was Quade Walker, who was shot in Marin City
Yeah.
Festival. You know that story when Pac went to Marin and
Yep.
people that didn't like that he was saying, because Pac, he moved to Marin,
Yeah.
and Pac said some shit about them, and the gun was in a backpack, so the little kid had it, and the dude that Pac was with shot the child, and that ruined Pac. He killed him, But
Wow.
yeah, dope knowledge right there, Rocka. All right, now, whew, boy, I love this fucking song. Last Words, featuring Ice Cube and Ice-T. Dope ass beat by Jam Master Jay and Bobcat. The song is incredible. This is recorded during Ice Cube's The Predator / The Lynch Mob, Riddles in the Mist type era. You know what I'm saying? He
Oh yeah.
bodies
Oh
this
yeah.
shit. The 44 mag got you running like a fag. I fucking love when he says that. So keep your motherfucking jokes, because I'm that nigga with the fresh pair of looks, nigga. Oh, Cube is that boy. O'Shea, man. And the Ice-T kills it. That's just flexing on niggas. Bitch, motherfucker, I'm rich. I
Yep.
love that shit, bro. And then Pac comes in and just annihilates it. The bit of a beat switch as well. I fucking
Yeah.
love that shit, man. Dan Quill, don't you know you need your ass kicked, but there was niggas in the caskets. I love the way Pac flowed that. Pac just dissing Punk Police in here as well, talking about gangs, making peace and whatnot. Such a fucking banger. There's footage of Pac, Cube, and Ice-T recording this on YouTube, man. It's
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah, it's a gem to see. And Pac just soaking it in from two legends. He's just sitting there. He's quiet. He's observant. It's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Yeah, this is my favorite song on the album. I fucking love this song. Incredible. And I'll give it away. It used to be Strictly For My Niggas, the title track. But man, this motherfucker right here, bro. And it sounds like, oh man, it's three legends, Three West Coast
Yeah.
legends. At the time, Pac wasn't really a legend, but it's just incredible. I fucking adore it.
I mean, I agree. It's my favorite song on the album too.
Yes.
Yeah. I think this song. I know they have 4 singles already, but I think this had single potential. I mean, you got 3
Yeah.
absolute juggernauts, on the same track together. It's crazy to me, but this song doesn't get any mention whatsoever. Like it's
I know.
baffling to me, because you've got 3 of the biggest artists from the West Coast ever on the one track, and yeah, I think this song is absolutely phenomenal. The beat from Bobcat. I know you mentioned Jam Master Jay. I think it says that on Wikipedia, but I don't think he did it. I don't.
You
I
know
don't
what?
think that,
I
no.
was gonna say that. I
Nah.
just put it because I seen it there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's not the first time that they've got that wrong. But yeah, no, the beat is so dope. It has that like that energy that similar to Holla, If You Hear Me, like it has that kind of Bomb Squad kind of feel. Like imagine if Chuck D was on this.
Yeah.
Like imagine,
Oh,
that
man.
would have been amazing. Yeah, but everyone on there did their thing. Like Ice Cube, he set it off lovely in my opinion. Just how he comes in. Get your steel, because I feel like a headbanger, because I got a gang of shit. Stars gun, my Uzi weighs a motherfucking ton. Bucket down one, bucket down crew. Like how he does that, bucket down your
Yes.
crew. Like, he's just so dope, Ice Cube in his prime. And Ice-T, his verse is just so like fly, what I mean? It's still
I
like gully and
love it.
aggressive, but yeah. Pop's got the LP fat track on here, laid by the motherfucking Bobcat. I love what he says that so far. And then, Tupac's, he's continuing on, what he's been talking about throughout the, the entire album. He's talking about, Dan Quill, don't you need you get your ass kicked? Where were you when we were in the caskets? Like, yeah,
Yes.
fire. And yeah, it's just an amazing song. I think it's absolutely brilliant. The way Tupac ends off his verse by saying, you know, and we'll blast with the biggest blast you've heard. And them is my last words. Amazing. I absolutely love it. And the way the hook is as well, it's like Ice Cube's in the motherfucking house. Ice T's in the motherfucking house. Tupac's in the motherfucking. I love that. I get so hyped listening to that. Yeah.
The part I love is that the 4-4 mag because she's running like a fag. I fucking love
keep your motherfucking jokes. Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. It's like riot music.
It is. Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album, man. I mean, you got, like Rocket said, man, you had 3 individuals. They were practically rebels of society. And what better track, what better album to get all 3 in one track? I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And you know, they're in their prime time too. Yeah, the beat kind of reminds me of it kind of, I think it uses the same samples. How Could I Just Kill a Man by Cypress Hill. I don't know if you guys peep that.
Now I do. now I can really see that.
Okay. Yeah. Like Mike said, man, this is Ice Cube, you know, Predator era. I love the line when he says, "Pigs wear black, pigs wear blue, I wear black, nothing but black, because goddamn it's the new payback." I love that. Fuck Pete Sajak, never did nothing for the nigga. I love that. I love that shit, man. Yeah, man. You guys broke it down better than me, but great song. Yeah, nothing much to say. Definitely one of the more standout tracks of the album, in my opinion. And like you guys said, it's a shame that people don't really talk about this song, let alone this album. So, but yeah. Last words, dope joint right here.
I get everything Vod said. Like, how could you not mention this, bro? It's absolutely phenomenal. Yeah.
One more thing before we get into Soldier's Revenge. I have a big like pet peeve, like when people try to compare Pac to some of these artists today. You guys will never, not even a nigga's hair follicle, or be compared to Pac. Like the shit that Pac went through, and just the background that he came from. He came from the Black Panther era. You know what I'm saying? Like none of these cats did that. You know what I mean? They would never have to go through the shit that he went through. Like compared to what he did, he had the whole government after he pretty much had a price on his head. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like the work that he had. It just boggles my mind when people do that. It's just I don't get it, man.
It's stupidity.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Word.
Yeah. We are not 100%, bro. Now we get Soldier's Revenge. Oh man, I love this joint. Oof. I love when Pac does that vocal effect. Mm-hmm. So dope. Mm-hmm. The back and forth with the vocal effect, it sounds so dope. Just it's like a fuck the corrupt police anthem type shit. It's a sequel to the amazing Soldier Story of Apocalypse Now. I fucking love that. And remember Ronnie King and Blasting's punk, I love that shit, bro. And he did an amazing sequel to that with Soldier's Revenge. Excellent fucking song. One of my favorites on the album, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's another dope track on the album for sure. I like the dark atmosphere to it, and I like the intro as well, saying, can you explain the meaning behind your violent lyrics? Tupac's just like, explain the meaning? What? And how it kicks in, my attitude is shitty, my message to the censorship committee. This sounds so dope, his pitch down voice, and he's doing that, he's playing both roles, and it's a really cool song, and like you said, a worthy kind of follow-up to the Soldier Story song from the first album, and again just kind of follows on with a lot of the messages on this album, this one, big on the kind of censorship angle, and it's a really, really dope song for sure.
I don't think I mentioned this, but that fucking beat is straight crack. Shit.
Yeah. Bobcat again. Bobcat did a lot of dope stuff on there, .
Fire, brother.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely a dope sequel to Soldier's story. Um, I've always felt like Soldier was it was Tupac's alter ego, kind of like with
Mm,
DMX with Damien. It kind of reminds
yeah,
me of
Mm.
that. I don't think,
those
yeah, you
type
know what I'm saying?
vibes.
Just yeah, exactly. And then the song, the premise of the song, where he talks, he gets at Dan Quayle and he talks about police brutality. But yeah, great song. This is another song that could have been a single too. But at that time, with the way everything was so political, highly unlikely. But I mean, you already had "Holla If You Hear Me," so I guess. But yeah, another dope song, "Soldier's Revenge," man. So far, so good, man. I'm loving this album so far, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, shit hard. All right,
Hmm.
now we get Peep Game featuring Threat, known as Deadly Threat back then. Shit
Yeah,
hard. Fuck with Tupac and Pop goes the Weasel. Shit hard, bro. Dope beat by Bobcat again. Threat does his thing on here, going back and forth with Pac. It's fucking amazing that back and forth. You know, punk bitch, how you like me now? Like Pac out some more smoke from for Dan Quayle, and rightfully so,
hmm.
man. You know what I'm saying? Like his punk ass deserved it. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Threat,
Oh
man.
yeah,
That Sick in the Head album is dope. Hard to
I
get
love that
physically,
album.
bro. Yeah, it's dope, man. Hard to get physically, but I'm glad I got the download. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? It got that dope blue like inlay tray as well. It's pretty dope. Um, love the song.
Yep.
Dope shit. Peep game, fire.
Yeah, I love this song too. One of my favorites on the album. The beat is really dope. I know it uses that ESG UFO sample, which is very overused. I understand that, but I still think this is a really dope beat. Just love. There's like a bouncy kind of quality to it, while at the same time has that grittiness that's throughout the album. And yeah, I think they sound great together. They have great chemistry on this track. Love the chorus. Punk bitch, how you like me now? Can't fuck around with the funky style. Put it together like a puzzle, will ya? A fret don't get you, Pac gon'
I
kill you.
get
I
you.
love
Yeah.
that. It's so far. And yeah, Threat sounds dope as hell. Killer, Cali, the state where they kill. Yeah, he killed that. And yeah, I think it's a really, really dope song. And the thing with Threat as well is like Threat's not like a very well known MC in the grand scheme of things, but you can't take this away
Yeah.
from Threat. He is featured on a Tupac sophomore album, Ice Cube sophomore album, and Snoop Dogg sophomore album. He's on all three of those,
Yep.
and those are like the three biggest West Coast artists of all time. So that's
Yes.
pretty good going. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got an
So
Yeah.
amazing song on the Friday soundtrack that I worship. Sorry to cut you off, bro.
yes, that's
Oh,
right.
I
Yeah,
love that beat. Oof.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah,
I wish Q
one of my
pushed him
favorites.
more. Yeah, man. Yeah, great song. And like Mike said, that Sick in the Head album is super underrated. I'm glad I got my hands on that. I got lucky with that. I like the line when Pac said, "I ain't big, I ain't buff, I ain't Diesel, but fuck with Tupac and Pop goes the wheels Weasel." Me and the Threat made a bet on how many fellas would jock a motherfucker real nigga because they jealous. They do it for the fame, explain and saying what's in their name, Peep game. Woo! Love that. Yeah. Another dope joint right here. I mean, again, this album, man, it's so dope, man. I have nothing much to say. It's just I love it. I love it. It's just dope. Yeah, peep game.
Boom,
And by the
bam,
way,
boom with the
Bobcat.
stick up. Vice President Dan Quayle eat a dick up and peep game.
Oh yeah.
And Bobcat actually worked with L Cool J on Bigger and Deffer, and then a lot of the albums coming up. So just had to throw that out there
Yep,
in case people didn't know
that's
that.
right.
You know what would be dope as fuck to me, bro? Like this era?
Mm.
A Pac and Cypress Hill collab song. That be fucking fire.
Oh,
It's funny that you mentioned that because I think the next song, which we'll get into, I think "Be Real" would sound dope on
Hell yeah.
that.
That's the type of vibes I was getting when I was doing these notes.
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be amazing. Yeah. Hell yeah. So next we get Struggling, featuring Live Squad. Stretch sets it off, kills it. I always love Stretch's voice, bro. Amazing. Him and Pac's chemistry is unmatched.
Same.
Was always dope. Like Pac spits that rawness on here. I love both Pac and Stretch's energy on here. It's a dope ass cut. The beat is fire. Definitely a dope song, man. I would love a Pac and Stretch album with the all Live Squad production. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Majesty,
oh,
Majesty on that bitch too. So some big psych on that
whew.
bitch too. Yeah. That'd be
Oh
amazing.
man.
In this era too, maybe '94, like Pain shit. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oof. Under
dope
pressure.
ass song.
Oof.
Oh, Under Pressure is fucking nuts, bro. I was talking to my nigga Siznak about that yesterday, bro. About Thug
Oh
Life.
man.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, Struggling's a very dope song. Really like the production on here from Stretch and Live Squad. Yeah, I just love the kind of like upbeat nature of it, and again, really dope flows on here. Stretch, he has that gully voice which just sounds so dope. I like when he says it's like a man as fuck making gravy. I rhyme and do crimes because either way pays me. Pretty dope. Yeah, overall, I think it's a dope song. Not like a lot to mention about it, but yeah, just talking about struggling, having to do crazy things to get by, and yeah, I mean, I like the part towards the end with Park. He says, I go big up, gotta make a room, boom, blow motherfuckers to the moon. That bit's
What
fire.
I say.
But yeah, overall, another really dope song. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I agree, man. Dope track. I've always loved Pac's chemistry with Stretch. Like to me, that was Pac in his rawest form, in my personal opinion. Just like the stuff that they worked together from like '91 to '94. Until the unfortunate shooting at Quad Studios, but that's near here or there. But regardless, I mean, the chemistry with them is just so dope. I love the line by Pac when he says, "I'm 50 niggas deep, beat sleep with a monster wrapped in my sheets, 3 deep in my Jeep, chief run with the young gun, struggling and striving. That's how the dope come." I love that. And what people don't talk about is Pac's flow. Pac his flow is just like no others, way ahead of his time. And for '93, man, that dude, that dude was lightheaded of years, man. But yeah, dope track right here. Struggling.
Hell yeah. Then we get Guess Who's Back. Tupac talks about getting in the rap game, how it ain't easy and shit. How young dudes want to get in the game for the bitches, and he talks about dealing with his legal troubles as well. Had a lot of legal woes back then. You know that. Special Ed produced
Right.
this one. Special
Mm-hmm.
Ed did the beat. Dope shit. Ain't not much to break down for me personally, but it's a dope track for real. Guess Who's Back.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the beat's really dope. I like again, it's another kind of dark one on here, and yeah, I like the overall kind of vibe of that. And yeah, overall, I mean, I don't have a lot to say about it either, but yeah, I think it's a dope song. My favorite lines are where he says, "Yeah, it's on and it's packed in the rat race, but if you got a black face, then it's a rat race." I thought that was pretty good. But overall. It's another dope track on an album filled with dope tracks. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is a song I like. It's not my go-to, but I do like the song. I did really there's not much I have to talk about. It's a dope song, but it's not my go-to. So that's my thoughts on
Word.
that.
Okay. Yeah, representing 93. I always love that
Oh,
Scarface.
woo,
I
woo.
always love that Scarface Diamond Madman sample. I got a head, but there ain't no screws in it. Oh man. Pac talking about knocking niggas out on here, you know what I mean? Also, Senor Hall gets some smoke, you know. Um, Second verse, Pac gives mad shout outs to damn near everybody in hip hop at the time. Everybody from Daz Effects, Redman, Naughty, Heavy
Hmm.
D, Too Short, Tribe, Jungle Brothers, Cypress Hill, Digital Underground, Spice One, Poon Man, E40, The Click, etc. I'm not naming them all, y'all, but that's that's a good chunk, And he
Yeah,
raps it too. He raps all the shout out, which is very dope and talented. A lot of
yeah,
people do shout outs on albums, they just say it at the outro or whatever, but that shit, fire. I love representing 93. Great song.
Yeah, I like this song too. It's in a similar caliber to Guess Who's Back, where it's a dope song, but it's not. It's probably not like one of the ultimate favorites, but I like it. It's definitely dope. And yeah, I really enjoy that second verse where he shouts at everyone, like he said. I thought it was dope that he managed to wrap it together. Like Das Effect, EMP, and Ice Cube, House of Pain, funky, funky ass white dudes, whatever it is. I thought that was pretty dope. And
Yeah.
the fact that he shouts out Pooh Man as well. Pooh Man gets a lot of hit. Like, come on,
Yeah,
Tupac
he
shouted them out.
does.
Come on.
Yeah,
So yeah, no, I like that. It's not like an ultimate favorite, but I thought it was dope. And he's just basically saying, representing, I'm out here doing my thing, and giving props along the way. I thought it was dope.
yeah, man. Definitely one of my favorite songs. To me, one of the most slept on songs on the album, in my personal
Hmm.
opinion. I just love the beat. There's actually studio footage of him recording this track.
Oh
It's
shit.
it's not in the best quality, but man, it's so dope, man. Just like to see footage at that time period is so dope. And like you guys said, just the way he rapped the shout outs to all the rappers and stuff like that was pretty dope. And it was cool that he still showed love to Digital Underground and Raw Fusion and cats like that and Pooh Man, because Pooh Man does get a lot of hate. But that's because of the likes of Too Short and Banks and Spice One, but they all pieced it up later on. But yeah, man, great song, one of my favorites in my opinion. Definitely slept on. Not much to say, but yeah, one of my favorite songs. Him paying homage to hip hop, and then you taking shots at um Arsenio Hall and cats like that. So, and I like how he had the E40 sample too, money money by the ton. Yeah, I love that. I love that shit.
Hell
So
yeah. He uses the soldier voice again for the third verse. I forgot to say that. Yeah. Fire shit. Now we get like I told Vod before we even reviewed this. I said, "Yo, there's three like life changing pop songs on here, like that, big hits on here. Keep your head up, a timeless, incredible song, one of the greatest songs in music history, not just hip hop history, an uplifting song for women, man. Like I love when he says
yep,
Tupac cares if don't nobody else cares, and I just love that shit. Talks about how like men should respect like all the women out there, the real women out there, And it's crazy how DJ Daryl produced this, man. Good for
yeah,
him. He's mostly known for that straight up Bay Area mob music shit, which I love,
hmm
But this is a great look for him. And words can't stress how much I adore this song. The verses, the chorus, the beat, everything's a 10 out of 10. I just watched the video this afternoon. It's incredible. Pac rocking that called Kanai shirt.
yeah,
Beautiful song. I don't get sick of Keep Your Head. I love that beginning as well. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some say the blacker the berry. Sweeter the juices, the darker the fresh, and the deeper the roots. I give a holler to my sisters on welfare, Tupac kids. If don't nobody else cares. It's amazing, bro. It puts a smile on my face. It's
yeah.
amazing. A good song to cruise to as well, man. I love Keep Your Head Up. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah, fantastic song, fantastic song. That's positive and uplifting. It definitely stands out because obviously, a lot of the songs on here are very angsty and pissed off. But it's nice to hear a different side of the Pac on this song. He's obviously given props and respect to the women, but also just black people in general. And yeah, I think like you said, it's a brilliant song. There are only a small handful of tracks by Pac that I'm sick of. Well, only two really, and it's California Love and Changes. I can't. Those are the two that I'm sick of. But everything else, I'm good with. Like all the other big singles, I'm fine with playing them. So yeah, I love this song, and really cool to have DJ Daryl on here as well. This would have been like post 415, but like obviously before the SIBO and the No Limit stuff. So yeah, really cool to kind of have this in between period of DJ Daryl, and yeah, it's a fantastic song, classic.
Yeah, amazing, bro. Oh,
Yeah, I agree, man. This is a timeless song, man. It doesn't sound like from '93. That's the funny part. You could put the song out today, and it still sounds fresh. Like that's how timeless this song is. It's like it just it this song I compare it to soul food. It just makes you feel good. You know what I mean? It's just that good feel food music. You know what I mean? It just has like that nice like when you watch the video, you feel like you're there in California. You can just feel the dry heat and it's just so dope, man. It's very nostalgic to me. Just bringing back to my childhood days, like 93,
Mm.
94, that Super Nintendo era. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
those
my
good
god.
times, man. The good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and a little tidbit, a little tidbit too. Dave Hauser, this is like one of his first appearances on Wax's on this song, which a lot of people don't know. And also my man Ross Avad, he mentioned Changes. That song Changes was originally supposed to be on this album, but I think because of sample clearances or like something with the lyrics, I don't know, something with that song that why it didn't make the Troublesome 21, but it ended up being the greatest hits. But so I had to throw that out there. But yeah, great song, timeless track, one of his best tracks.
Absolutely. I like how you broke that down, brother. Both of y'all, man. Like,
Uh, I appreciate that.
yeah, man. Like that's a vibe. Keep your head up. It's just a vibe, bro. It's amazing. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Next we get the title track, Shooting for My Niggas. Dope ass beat by Laylo.
Woo.
Fucking
R.I.P.
incredible. Yup. RP. Absolutely love like the darkness and grittiness of it. Pop killed this as well.
Hmm.
You love to shoot a nigga, but you're scared to pop a cop. That strong gang violence going on at the time. You know, this was a potent lyric when he said that. Easily one of my favorite songs on the album. It was my favorite song on the album. It takes a back seat now. We'll get to that at the end. But man, Pac talks about an incident at a club where he got a gap pulled on him. I love the beginning. Mr. Fuck a cop is back, and I still don't give a fuck.
Yep.
This shit is hard. That beat too, that guitar, dog. This shit is incredible. Love it. Amazing
Yeah.
pop song.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, another fantastic song. Of course, the title track on the album. And yeah, again, I just love the kind of dark, kind of eerie atmosphere. R.I.P. to Laylaw. He was known for doing stuff with like Above the Law and Ice Cube, and yeah, did lots of really dope stuff in this time period. And yeah, this is a really, really dope song. Just love how aggressive it is as well. I love when in the first verse he says, "One time had enough of me. I'm still raw, so the law can't fuck with me. They want to send me to the pen. Punk, picture that. I stay strapped. Motherfuckers better get your get. That's hard as hell. And you'll get smacked behind the ear with my phone or my pager. It's beeping while I cut you with my razor." It's
Ah,
hard as hell. Yeah, just two parts, just not holding back on this track, and you know, again, just love the instrumentation, the production by Layla on here is awesome. So yeah, yeah, another like highlight on the album for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Another dope track, man. In this song, he gets at, cops obviously. He tells about whack rappers and he tells about the media. I like the line when he says, but beware, but beware these backsides ain't no joke, just like a rope. They hung on to you till you broke. That is so fucking true, because you got people that, you see people we all know people that they're popular and they're just onto them because they have that one thing that everybody's enamored to. But as soon as that shit goes away, where they at? So I've always loved that line. So yeah,
mm-hmm.
dope track right here.
That was incredible, bro. Love that
Oh
shit,
yeah.
man.
Hmm.
Next, we get the Streets of Death Row. Dope ass beat
Oh
by Stretch. Like Pac talking about growing up in the hood. But mama can't control me. Quit trying to save my soul. I just want to roll with my homies. Like anyone can relate to that. Those teenage years.
Oh yeah.
You know, love this song, man. Great song. Like Pac and Stretch can do no wrong. You know, like the beat is incredible, and I love how Pac raps on it. Like, you know, I'm dangerous when I'm drunk. I only drink beer. Gin makes me sin. Unable to think clear. Henderson makes me think my enemies is getting close. Boom, boom, boom. Got me shooting at a ghost. Shit, fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Woo.
Pac fucking skated on that shit, bro. Yeah, bro. That shit's fire, man. Love that song. Someone on Twitter said this is their favorite song on the album because I was promoting it, and I can't get mad at that. This shit
That's
is
dope. Yeah.
yeah. This
That's
shit
dope.
litty,
That's
bro.
dope.
Fire, my nigga. Fire.
Yeah, another awesome track. You know, there are a lot of Scarface and Ghetto Boy samples throughout this album. I think to me, this song feels like something that like Face would have wrote. Like it has that similar that kind of like mental kind of aspect to it. That kind of, you know, that line that you mentioned. Got you shooting at a ghost. It has that like the mental stress and how that affects being on the streets and that kind of thing. Really dope. You know what I mean? I can imagine that Park was heavily influenced by like Mind Playing Tricks with Me when he was writing that stuff. And I thought that the song's really dope. I like the beat on here too. By Stretch, I like the Ice Cube sample, for the hook, because I'll beat you down like it ain't nothing. The streets are death row. That's fire.
Like it ain't
And
nothing.
yeah, and I really like the line. It's pretty simple, but just like Pac, he's one of those. He's the greatest when it comes to like emotions. You know what I mean? Just everything
Absolutely.
he says, you feel it. I love when he says, "I'm starting to lose my hair because I worry." Hustling to keep from getting buried, simple but like powerful. And I think it's another awesome song on the album. Love the lyrics on here, really good.
I know Pac said he's losing his hair because he's worried, but it's crazy. He did lose his hair this time because he got alopecia from them fucking cops beating him in his head. I didn't even know that. I had no idea until I watched that
I didn't know
documentary.
that. Yo, wow.
That's crazy.
That documentary
Wow.
is absolutely mind blowing. Rocker will tell you, it's incredible. I can't wait to send it to Rock. He got to see that shit, man.
yeah, I need to find it.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Yeah.
But I would have never known that. That's crazy.
I know. I know. Me and my uncle, like, what?
Wow. Yeah, man. Another dope track. Yeah, man. It talks about the ills of the streets. Even though he talks about like loving this, loving the streets, loving his homies. But I always felt like that's like a social awareness track. It's like it shows you what not to do. That's what I get when it comes to songs like this. But I love the line when he says "suckers scatter, but it don't matter. I'm a cool shot. Punks drop from the buckshots the fools got. I'm tired of being a nice guy. I've been poor all my life, but don't know quite why. So they let me a lunatic. Could care less. Death is success is what I quest for because I'm fearless. Now the streets of death row. I love that. Woo, fire, man. That nigga Pac's pen is like no other, man. Like who else can say that, man? Like, and then people say that Pac is not a lyricist. Like, come on, man.
That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Stupid, man. Like, yeah.
That's what them niggas like, yo, B, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Okay, lighting the essence out of niggas.
He only says Hennessy and me. That's like, these dumb niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't stand these dudes. And I gotta say something, man. Tupacalypse Now is another one. That's fantastic. Because I told y'all, I got that little trick I do with the volume booster, and I never heard it in that light in my life. And I had that album for fucking years. Yeah, there's some cuts on that bitch. I love that album as well. But
I just don't give a fuck. I love that song.
Yes.
Yep.
Used to miss that on Grand Theft, bro, on the San Andreas, my boy.
Yes, yeah, that's right. They lost it, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hard body shit. Violent is my shit on there, bro.
Oh, I love Violent.
I was just about to say that.
Oh, it's so
that
fucking
reggae
gully.
Baseline type. Oh, so dope.
I say this to Vod all the time. I'm like, yo, reggae and rap are like peanut butter and chocolate, my guy. It goes together so well,
Mm-hmm.
I love it. All right. Now we get the famous and incredible I Get Around featuring Digital Underground, an all-time classic, a perfect song. Everything about this song is a 10 out of 10 for me. Tupac just flexing on the bitches, you know what I'm saying? You know, can't have me
Mhm.
simping. I Get Around, Shock G, my favorite verse, man. You know, he kills that shit. I'm Shock G, the one that put the satin on your panties. I love that smooth shit, you know. I never I never knew a hooker who could share me. It's that fly shit. Tupacalypse now, don't stop for hoes. I get around. And Money B slid on here too. He killed that shit, man. Just amazing. And Pop comes back to end it off lovely. An iconic and timeless song. I get around. The video's incredible. The Herringbone era, Herringbone chains Pac. You feel me? Oh, incredible. Love it.
Yeah, I love it too. Don't get sick of it. I love the beat for it. It's just that kind of smooth, laid back. Like you guys said earlier, that summertime kind of feel to it. Produced by
Yeah,
Shock G and Digital Underground. Absolutely
yeah,
amazing. And that's Gangstar, step up from Step Into the Arena. I
yeah,
love that
Oh,
sample
what
as
a
well.
Shock G killed that shit.
Yeah, fire. And yeah, I just love the song. It's just such a fun song to listen to. And yeah, I love the Shock G verse. I know he said in interviews that Park wrote that for him. But I love his delivery of it. His voice is just so fire. So cease and desist with them tricks. I'm just another black man caught up in the mix. Just the fire. It's just yeah, really really
yeah,
dope. And Money B, he did his thing as well. But yeah, I mean, it's just a fire song. Tupac just floats over it lovely. Fingertips on the hips as I dip. Just he's just so much fun to listen to. It's just one of those classic, feel good singles that you can put on at any point. And yeah, it's a classic song. I love it. I love the single art as well. The cover for the single. I love that.
yes.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I gotta check it out again. I forget. I'm looking at it right now. Let's see.
But yeah, that's all I've got to say about I Get Around classic single.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah, man. Another song again. My introduction to Tupac. I mean, what better song than that, right? Man, recipes to Shock G, man. It's just such a shame that
Oh
he
yeah.
died, man.
I know,
Yes.
bro.
And this is around, around the same time Digital Underground dropped the Body Hat Syndrome, which is my favorite album from them. I've always felt like that song in particular was Shock G's is where he found his sound. Because I felt like with the
Mm,
first two albums, he was kind of trying to find his sound, but I felt like this was this song particularly keep your head. I mean, excuse me, I Get Around was Shock G's signature sound, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it's like the go-to. It's just the overall like with the roads and just the drums and everything about it. It's just it has like a really bouncy, upbeat feel to it. I just love that. I've always loved the first four bars of the song or the first verse when he says, "Back to the wreck, all respect to those who break their neck to keep the hoes in check." Because oh, they swear they're brotherly majorly, and I don't know
Hey,
why your girl
Lee.
page keeps paging me. I've always loved that. Just the way he
Yeah.
flows that is so dope. White girls keep paging me. I love that. That shit is so dope, man. And you just chasing the girls around around the pool and stuff like that. You see the cars lined up, and that shit is so ill, man. I love that. Like, yeah, great song right there. I get around.
Is that the
round and
artwork?
round we go. Yep, that's it.
Incredible.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Love that. I love that whole booklet as well. It's amazing, man. Shout out to Strictly, man. Yeah. Next we get the final single that was released. Seen the video today as well, black and white joint. Featuring Wicked, but that's more Preem. Two Bucks talk about
Mm-hmm.
the struggles of dealing with the absence of fathers in the black community. Mo Preem has a dope verse on here as well, dealing with the frustrations of his mother, dealing with different types of men and shit like that. And what's so powerful is that ending fucking lyric that Pac says, "Now that I finally found you, stay the fuck away from me." That's just so deep, man. Absolutely love this song. The chorus, it's amazing, incredible.
Yeah, yeah, definitely a dope song. Another like this shows off, Pac. Just talking about that real, just his storytelling skills and like just how his emotion comes across, and that is amazing. And some of the lines on here, like when he says, "Mom's always works and I barely see her. I'm starting to get worried without the pops I'll grow to be her." It's like you feel
Yeah,
that from Pac, and yeah, I really like the beat as well. Another one from Big D, The Impossible. That kind of like smooth, kind of like piano kind of feel of really really nice production. And yeah, it's just I thought Mo Preem was pretty dope in this song, by the way. Thought he did a good job.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I overall it's just a really dope song, and I always feel like "Dear Mama" was kind of like a sequel to this in a way. You know what I mean? This is like Papa songs. Obviously, him, talking about how his father wasn't there, but "Dear Mama" is kind of like, "Yo, thanks, mom, for being there." You know what I mean? It's kind of like the follow up
yeah,
to that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a fire song. I like it a lot, and dope choice for a single.
No, I definitely agree. To me, I've always felt like this is like one of the most underrated singles that he ever put out in his career. Is one that people don't really talk about, obviously because of the subject matter. But yeah, great song, dope video. Everybody can relate. Some people can relate. My pops, he died in '94, so I kind of had to teach myself how to be a man. I mean, my mom. I mean, I'm grateful my mom raised me and stuff like that. But like there's certain things a mom can't teach a boy. A man got to teach a boy certain things. That's just my personal opinion. Um, there's a remix version that stretched it that is so fucking dope. It's called the Bastards remix. Oh my god, that bait. So the sample that Mob Deep used for Trife Life, then dun 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 dun. So Stretch, he pretty much used that sample, but he like pitched it down and he's like slowed it down. It sounds so gangster. There was the third verse that I love a lot when he said, "Man, child in the promised land couldn't afford many heroes. Mom's was the only one there. My pops was a no show, and oh, I guess he didn't know that I would grow to be so strong. Looking kind of pale. Was it the ale or pops was wrong? That is so fucking deep right there, man. Papa's song definitely a great song. Very slept on in my opinion. It's a song that people don't really talk about, but definitely check out that remix, the Basses remix, Papa song, fire. That's my thoughts on that.
hell yeah, brother. Gotta check that out.
Yeah.
And next we get closer, Five Deadly Venoms featuring Stretch, Apache, Live
Whew.
Squad. Dope beat by Stretch. Tupac sets it off lovely. I'm on fashion, roll up on me, nigga, and get blasted. Just plain and simple. Stretch, of course, catches a fucking body on here. Majesty wreck shit as well. Stretch's brother. So dope, man. Pac as well.
Mhm.
You know, uh, Pac comes back, kills it again. You know, amazing. I like I said, first you had a mouthful of fronts, now you have a mouthful of chunks. Hard chunks of blood coming out your ass.
Whew.
Yes. And then Pac puffing on blunts. So he says that. Yo, fucking fire. Deadly Venoms. And then Apache is dumb nice. That nigga was incredible. Ends it lovely. I
Rest
act
in
thug
peace.
sweet. Absolutely. I act thug sweet so hard I break the fucking trigger. I'm a cinch in the clinch. Your punch is like a pinch. Just sick wordplay. Like your punch is pussy. I can
Yeah.
barely feel it type vibes. Dog. Incredible song. Yo. Dope as fuck. Love Fidelity Vanoms, man.
Yeah, I mean, great way at the end of the album. It really ends off in like a real like bang. You know what I mean? Just like a
Yeah.
killer posse cut. And yeah, really dope that he managed to get Tretch and Apache on here. It's just really cool. And Apache, he only had the one album, so it's nice to hear him on other stuff. You know what I mean? It's just we didn't get to hear much of him, unfortunately. And yeah, I thought
Right.
this was dope. His album actually, Apache and Shit, came out the previous week. I think it was the week before. So there you go. They were like neck and neck, right? You know, close enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, fire song. Love the production on here again. Stretch, phenomenal. Yeah, just everyone did their thing. I think Tupac was just dumb hard. At the start, I love how he says, I had enough. I put a hit upon him, bastards. Booyah! Turn his bench into a casket. Fire. Tretch. He just has one of the illest flows in hip hop. Like straight up, on it. Tretch, in his prime is like so dope. So dope. And he did a thing on here for sure. And Live Squad guys, that they're back, and yeah, they did their thing too. And yeah, just overall is that it's just a really like high energy, high, explosive way to end off the album, and really dope posse cut. I like it a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Nah, I definitely agree. Dope way to end the album, man. Yeah, I'm glad to see more of Live Squad on this album. It started made people pay attention to them. They were supposed to drop an album around this time, but because of politics, they said that they were too violent, so they had to shelve the album, which is unfortunate. But I love the line of Majesty when he says, "Coming straight from the dome where I roamed since a toddler, where I'm still running from the coppers who hold the boulder, turn the gun controller, started from a punk, now be a high roller, young is reckless, crazy disaster, Mac 11 blasted and run faster." Come on, man. That shit. I make him. Whew, it's a disaster. I'm coming for the blood splatter. I make him scatter, leaving trails of bleeds and bladders. Come on, man. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
you on that queen shit right there, son. I love it. Yeah, man. But yeah, I love that shit. But yeah, man, dope song. Tretch is a shame that he never put out a solo album. I would have loved one from like anywhere from 93 to like 95, or even 90, anywhere in the 90s would have been dope. But Tretch
Yeah.
is he's so fucking underrated, and people don't talk about him. It's
Nope.
sad. They always talk about his looks, like, oh, he's a sex symbol. Nah, yeah, he's dope. Yeah, he's good looking dude, but the nigga could spit, and his flow. Oh my god, it feel my
Yeah.
flow. Yo, written on my Kitty remix. Oh my god, yo, don't even get me started on that nigga. And he's dope. And yo, he is dope live. If you guys ever get a chance to see Naughty by Nature, it is worth your money. I'm telling you from my experience, I highly recommend it. They still got it. Fuck Vinny, by the way, but needless to say, yeah, great song. That's my thoughts on that. Yeah.
Like a big glad to keep pissing me off. Yeah, I love Check. Amazing, bro. Yeah, man. Tricky for my niggas. Tupac, sophomore album, 1993. 30 years. We do every episode of Speaky Club Podcast. We give our top 3 songs in the classic Sauce Mike rating. So, top 3 for me. Got to go with that last word, bro. That shit is incredible. Easily. Then I got Tricky for my niggas, title track. And then I got Soldier's Revenge. And I would give this a strong. I'm gonna give it 4.5. I like every song on here, damn near. Whack. I got 4.5, bro. 4.5. It might be crazy to some people. But 4.5, man. And Pac just got better from Apocalypse Now. It kept getting better as the album went on for me. And yeah, great album. I love everything about this era. Like I said at the top of the show, the dress. Pac sneak. I'm a big sneakerhead, especially back then. Like, sneaker game was those Flight 89s he wore, bro.
Yeah.
The fucking Grand Hill. Like, this era, it was amazing. Those old Carl Kanai and fucking the Flight joints, Fila. Pac was a Fila head. Amazing era for Pac. Before all the bullshit happened, with the fucking quad and all that, the rape charge and all that bullshit. But yeah. Amazing album. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I'm going to give it 5 because I love this album. There's nothing on it I don't like at all. Like, there's nothing even like okay, you know what I mean? I think everything's really dope on this album,
Yeah,
and yeah, I think it's a phenomenal album. You know, all the way through. You know, you open up with "Holler If You Hear Me," which is incredible song, incredible single, and all the way through the album has a great pace to it. It knows to slow things down a little bit here and there. Songs like "Keep Your Head Up" and like "I Get Around," they're a little bit more positive, a little bit more fun, but like overall, like this album just doesn't let go. It has that, great energy and pace all the way through. I love the production. Shout out to Bobcat and like some of the other producers on here, obviously Stretch and Big D the Impossible. Like they did the majority of the beats on the album, and then you got a few other contributions from likes of DJ Daryl and so on. But I mean, the production is fantastic. Just love how gritty it is for the most part. Again, just fits perfectly with Pac's emotions and like his lyrics and everything like that he was going through at the time. And yeah, I think it's a phenomenal album. I don't think it gets enough love. It's my second favorite Tupac album, personally.
Mm.
My favorite's "Me Against the World," but yeah, I absolutely love this album. My top three songs: "Last Words" featuring Ice Cube and Ice-T, and then number two, I'm gonna go "Holler If You Hear Me." It's just too good. I love that song so much. And then "Point the Finger." That's my top three.
oh yeah, brother.
I ain't mad at that, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, this 5 mics for me. Couple reasons. Like for me, this was the first Pac album that I got, as a teenager, and I was 14 at the time when I bought this album. Um, I love it so much. Like I this dude I used to know in Queens, I let him hold it. I never got it back. It's one of those things. So I ended up getting another copy. So I still got that copy to this day. The overall feel of the album, you can feel the LA riots on this album. Same thing with the Predator album. These are the two albums that when I think of the LA riots, I think of this album and Ice Cube's Predator. I just love the overall raw feel of the album, just his anger, towards the government, law enforcement, the media, stuff like that, and just like the production to match that angst that he has, the anger that he has, man. And man, it's just this album again does not get a lot of love because when people think of Pac, unfortunately, they only focus on the negative shit about him. They always think about, the hit him up and the death row era, but they don't talk about how he speaks at seminars. He's about black empowerment, and on this album, you get a nice versatility of that. It's like one of the few albums that you get that from him. In later albums, you do get it, but with this album, is like very prominent in that is Black Pride. You get it on this album, definitely. Um, yeah, just the production, everything about it, and like Mike said, just the way he dressed and the dope gearhead, he did poetic justice and
Yep.
a couple other stuff, and fuck Janet Jackson respectfully for making him do an AIDS test. Like come on, man, like that's some bullshit. You know what I mean? I ain't like that. Um, my top three songs, man. Whew. How If You Hear Me, Point the Finger, and believe it or not, Something to Die For, man. There's just something about that song that, even though it's an interlude, it just speaks volumes to me. Just the beat alone, it's like the beat itself is telling a story. So you don't you don't have to necessarily have words for a song to tell a story. The beat itself is telling a story, and then that's what I got from that song, Something to Die For. I could play that all day long, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
those are my top three, man. How If You Hear Me, Point the Finger, Something to Die For, 5 mic, classic album, in my opinion. Definitely.
So for my niggas getting 5 mics from both of y'all, man. What's up?
Oh yeah.
The source one, you give it 3.5.
What did they
Isn't
give it?
3.5? That's how.
Uh,
Wow.
Yeah.
I love Strictly for my niggas a lot better than I
Oh
did
yeah.
when I was a kid. Yeah, amazing, man. Tupac Strictly for my niggas. 30
Yes,
years.
sir.
Shout out to the chat. Next week, talking about Menace to Society. It turns 30 years old next week, man. On
Whew.
the 26th. We'll be doing it on the 27th. The movie and the soundtrack turns 30 years old. But we talk about the movie briefly, and then we're gonna get into the soundtrack.
Man.
Oh yeah. Yo, Luis Batista, he knows it is, bro. He knows it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, you want to get out of here? You want to just kick it for a while?
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta take care of some stuff, and plus I gotta take my mom to the airport tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna call it a night.
No doubt,
Sounds
brother.
good.
No doubt, brother. All right, y'all. See y'all, man. See y'all on the flip side. See y'all next week, y'all. Thanks. Peace.
Have a good one.
Peace.